Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Crusader Kings III, where today, I do believe, the Crusades are going to begin. I'm a little unsure of what this is actually going to do to our military force. Because, we're sending soldiers, right? Does it say how many? I don't know, man. I'm not gonna bother with this too much right at the moment. We made our commitment and hopefully it'll be good enough. But, we're in the middle of fabricating this claim here, and I think we're going to have a hard time pushing whoever this is around. I've already forgotten. Yeah, Prince Adelfrid. If my whole army goes off to Africa. So, I guess we're just going to see. How much time do we have left? 3 months. Okay. We certainly would not want to start a war before that. I guess I'm just going to turn the go forward back on here, and we're going to find out what happens. Because I think, in terms of our close-term plans, this is the only thing we're really watching, right? And we're hoping to survive. Continuing to pour money into our infrastructure where it is sensible to do so. Where it is possible to do so, pretty much. And then, once our bishop's done with this, we can get back to dealing with the nudity problem. Many months have passed since the lords and ladies of the realm gathered for a feast, my high king. Prince Bethin tenderly continues. This is my brother, right? Yeah. It would benefit you, not to mention those among us who appreciate a good feast. If this was remedied soon, he thinks we ought to have a feast. I could kick his ass out of my throne room. Wow. He's he'll give me 10 years? That's a very, very generous window. So what does feasting do? Can you get over here? It requires $110. And I'm assuming it'll generate some event prompts, probably, and, give us prestige? That's my guess. Which is not necessarily a thing we want to be doing. I guess 10 years is a really long time, though. You know what? We should do it, if only to see what doing a feast does. But let's not worry about it until after this fabrication is completed, and then we have we've paid the bribe that comes up at the end of it, just to make sure that I have the money. And we are, of course, continuing to build stuff. That building that we built said it was going to take years to complete, right? So we're the game is not handling that very well. In fact, Paradox Crash Reporter would like to. Okay, well, I'm just going to handle this, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We are here on the 1st of January, 20 days until the Crusade. I don't think we really lost any progress there. I think this is a pretty close autosave. So, let's hope that whatever that crash was, it doesn't happen again. Actually, I'm unable to unpause the game with the normal keyboard controls. Okay, that works okay, though. In serving as your steward, I have learned much about record-keeping and finance. I'm willing to tutor you in these topics in order to gain your favor. Yeah, that seems sensible. So there's a 19% chance that I will actually learn anything. And there was an 80% chance that I will just get a 5-year buff that's slightly better than the permanent bonus. And I'll owe my brother a favor? Yeah, sure. That seems fine. Okay. Inflamed by righteous fury and unyielding resolve, the great army of crusaders assembled by Pope Alexander sets forth to deliver divine justice upon the wicked and earn their place in heaven. I know that the text of these boxes is supposed to be written an in-world style, sort of from the perspective of the character speaking, but this is gross. This sucks and does not well describe the thing that happened at all. Alright. Has happened. A bunch of resources were divided amongst the participants, and a crusade for Jerusalem is sent off immediately. Princess Durbale is now held against her will by some asshole. Okay, dramatic music. You can maybe take it down a little bit. I might actually turn down the... Hold on a second. What on earth made them think that it was okay for this extremely long piece of music to be so much different in volume than all of the other music? What can be done for her? That's what I was about to ask. Okay, who is this asshole? The Duke of Burgundy. Well, I mean, obviously we're gonna splatter this dude. Durbal's like pretty important to my whole deal on account of my player heir. And I'm gonna turn the sound back up now that the bad music has ended. Oh, hold on, pause. Okay. So, a war that I don't actually care about. Oh no! Died! That's... You lost Has right hand. The guy who was my right hand died. There's no need to fill in the name here, or make this a thing I can click on to, like, show that dude. Was he represented in my relationships, maybe? No, my one friend is, but only my one friend. Okay, I mean, that seems pretty arbitrary. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this game that's just, like, non-functional, huh? So, everybody's mounting up. I guess we're gonna have to... I sort of assumed that, this would be out of my hands. Like, I would pledge troops, and then the troops would go and be under the command of the Pope. But I guess it looks like everybody else is manually running armies out there. I need to do the same. Alright, well, let's maybe not make the... where's my rally point right now? So we could put that over here. Yeah, sure, go ahead and raise them. Guess that's what we're doing. I'm commanding personally? Yeah, I guess that's fine. I don't need to go on the battlefield personally. So, we are supposed to... Where am I going? Yeah, but where am I going, though? The game's default assumption that you never need to know where anything is a little silly to me. I guess after you've played the game for enough time. So wait, in order to see where he is, I would want to, like, click on him and then view his title, and then if I click on that, it will show me what the hell we're talking about, geographically speaking. Okay. That's a weird place for the Crusade to be targeting us, given... whatever, it's fine. I was gonna say, given, like, where the area that we were told we might get land was. Whatever. So we'll levy up and we'll send guys over there and we'll do a thing, and hopefully we won't be needed back home militarily in the interim. Did you know I can declare war on King Malcolm? It's true. I can do that. I'm trying to sway my new this guy, right? Yes, okay. We'll get there. It'll happen. In fact, the swaying is nearly complete. So, let's talk about the imprisoning my daughter. Because that's a problem. How would I best do that? I guess if I go to here and I click on my daughter, yes, the guy who is her jailer is a quick button there. Huh. I'm assuming that just, like, let's go murder this dude is probably off the table. Let's see. So he has a fair number of prisoners. His grandmother is his spymaster, and she's not bad at the job. This is a problem. I wish my daughter hadn't, like, actually gone over there. I feel like she could have ruled in absentia just fine. Well, how do we want to deal with this? I probably cannot just have him murdered. Yeah, like, realistically, this is not a thing we can deal with in that way. We have to kill him. We have to kill him with combat. But his lands are part of... I'm assuming that there's a kingdom of France here, yeah. So I wouldn't be able to declare war on the Duchy of Burgundy. Okay. Could I... I'm going to assume that we're not allowed to do this, even though it's, like, very obviously a thing that you ought to be allowed to do. We cannot petition his liege for intercession. I have no existing relationship with King Philippe of France anyway. Although, you know, he thinks we're okay. Yeah, I don't really know how to solve this problem. And I mean, us killing this dude doesn't even necessarily fix the issue, right? Because what if his heir also is not interested in freeing her? But I suppose what's happened here is he fought a war to unite Burgundy. Or something. My daughter is just sort of like inconveniently there. I don't get the choice of paying ransom, right? Like if he has to make the decision that she is to be ransomed. I'm definitely not going to get the Pope to tell me I can go after this guy, especially given that he's, inside the Kingdom of France and everything. So I guess the answer is there's nothing to do. Like, at this moment, at least, we kind of need to wait for him to... We need to hope... Oh, hold on a second. Is there something going on inside England? Well, with my army going off to fight in the damn crusade, I guess we can't really take advantage of this anyway. Okay, excellent. We are now being endorsed by our Archbishop. I think I will leave the sway on him for a moment. I want to make sure that that's not just going to fall off. And then I guess we just head over to a crusade. Fighting in the crusade is going to, at the very least, get us a little bit more love from the Pope, probably. I don't know, like, it's possible that we have already gotten all the benefit from that we're going to get, right? Like, I would hope not, but... So what is the... What is the right path to take to get over here? And what exactly should we be doing? Like, I don't really want to be in the front, obviously. If I just right-click here, okay. Yeah, sailing in around Spain and everything, that is approximately what I would have done if I had pathed that manually. So I guess we'll just leave it like that and we'll see what happens. Everybody else is sending off, like, little baby levies, but I think it's because they only have little baby levies, because, like, this is a real... That looks like England's real army, I think. Yep, and we'll just keep working on stuff back home. We are, unfortunately, accumulating no dollars. My Marshal Senetig has been showing off a promising new recruit. He may not be of as noble stock as you, my cousin, but on my name I swear that Kaiser, maybe, is someone you would want on your side. Recruit Kaiser Konokta to your court. Who is... What are we talking about here? A vindictive adventurer. Well, I do so love vindictive people. Wrathful, but, he's not sadistic, so nice change of pace. He's a tough soldier. He's a torturer, which is not, necessarily the greatest thing on Earth. He has 16 prowess, though. What? Yeah, and 19 martial. Sure, very well. Welcome aboard. To make my Archbishop Airlead more susceptible to my attempts at approaching him, I can include a compliment. So he's sadistic and vengeful and arrogant. You know what? He is arrogant, though. Should we... Why is Donal here? Is he delivering the missive? Or I'm not 100% clear why he's on the screen here at all. You know what? He's arrogant. I'm gonna compliment him in the hopes that he will love the arrogance. Our recent correspondence has been a source of joy for me. Hey, I'm doing it. I'm really manipulating the hell out of this guy. So where are we at? Okay, it's coming along. And for the moment, I guess all we can do is just crusade real hard. After my army sets up camp on the boat, presumably, I hear a commotion coming from my knight's lodgings. Investigating the disturbance, I find Pear and Kaiser in the middle of a heated argument, while several onlookers edge them on. That's not what the phrase is. So who is this guy's one of my knights. He's a knight with 3 prowess, really? Okay, not totally ideal. Generous, gregarious. He's a skilled tactician, but that's not really what being a knight is all about. We could deliver a speech about unity. There's a chance my words would pull everyone away from the fight, or I could just make things worse. I'm a little surprised that's 50-50, given how crummy our diplomacy is. It's bad, right? Oh, you know what? It's not that bad. I could have them both whipped. That seems not ideal, especially given that we're about to go into battle. So I would spend 35 prestige to just ignore it. Or we do this and we have a 50% chance of spending more than that. I'm just going to let them work. This is not my problem. I've decided. Okay, so hold on a second. Okay, I can pause and unpause with the normal keyboard buttons again. I'm grateful for that, at least. So where's my army right now? How do I... Because ours should be in the neighborhood of 2,000-ish. Although these stacks are all marked with the flag of the papacy, which does make it a little bit... No, I know where the damn pope is. For some reason, that's the only control in the game that just zooms you to the thing you're actually looking for. First Army of Rome, the Second Army of Rome. Yeah, like when our armies are on top of each other, they're all just marked as belonging to the papacy. But like, where's my army? I want to make sure that we're not riding too far ahead here, so to speak. You know, navally. If I open up the military tab, there must be a control here for like I can just see the list of my armies and zoom to each of them, but I do not exactly know where that would be. I'm a little surprised that it's not in the military tab. Is it in... Can I see it in the war thing here? So you need at least 100 contribution to get any reward. That's a good thing to see on a tooltip. That's a thing I'm interested in. I don't want to be the first one to hit the shore. I want to show up like we're real good second wavers. That's our thing. So can I... No, it zooms out to this. I was kind of hoping it would show me a panel that's just the war contribution from our perspective, because I assumed that would highlight our troops. Okay, well there are a bunch of armies in all of these stacks. This is just Robert's stuff, right? The red field with the yellow lions on it. You learned of Bibbin Bryan's non-believer secret. So that's my younger daughter? I have 3 daughters, that's right. This is the middle daughter. So she's a non-believer. She does not so much with the god. That doesn't really seem like a problem to me. Ah, here we go. Here's my army. I found them. So yeah, we are totally 100% in the front. And I would love to just maybe hold up a second. Actually, we're already holding up a second. So, the question is, do we want to land where the big force is landing and just engage in straight-up combat? Or would I probably, first of all, do more, like get more war contribution, and secondly, fight enemies that are a little bit less prepared if I sort of went off to the side? Unfortunately, a lot of these, we see the holding in this area. What exactly am I doing here, too? Like, obviously we're not... We're going to have to siege all this stuff. I'm sure it's just like fighting a war under any other circumstances. Yeah, I guess let's just stay with the main force. That's probably the safest thing to do. Boy, actually, these battles ain't going so hot. So, okay, which phase of the battle are we in? It's real early. Although, I was real surprised there. Oh, Bevan has given birth to a daughter. Okay, well, this is not really a great time. I'm a little busy. See, the majority of their force... Okay. My cousin Contrabar was slain during the battle. Uh-oh, Duke Finguin. Yeah, see, this is the problem here. everybody else did the thing that I wanted to do, where they held off. Including, I guess, did the English army get completely deleted instantly? No. 5,000 of them fled that battle and left me alone against all those forces. And now Duke Fingwin is in a state. He's in a situation. And that's kind of a long-term problem for me. Well, I'm assuming that got me approximately 0 war contribution, right? No, actually, I am being told that I guess we're getting a point of contribution for each troop that we put up, maybe? Maybe that's how that works? So that's pretty good. We're second in contribution, then? King Robert, obviously, doing a pretty okay job. I'm gonna just chill for a second here. Can we... My Marshal is in trained commanders mode. Could you maybe organize the levies? This will affect our replenishment rate, right? It's true, one of my council positions is missing a counselor on account of my old counselor got arrested. Alright. You know what? You'll make a fine backup. And we can just move somebody over to steward, because I thought we had more... Huh. I really thought we had better stewards available. Alright, you stay steward then, and we'll have this guy do this. He really, really, really wants to be on the council, so fine. Yeah, this is not ideal. That was a pretty serious defeat, caused in no small part by everybody else being a coward more effectively than I was. I am going to go ahead and take this claim, and then we're going to get our counselor back on conversion. Wait. Here. There we go. Yeah, okay. This is where the atomatism is still an issue. So we really just want to let our soldiers replenish, right? Even if I do want to contribute more to the crusade, I need to let my levies replenish, and then we can call them up again. I can declare war on Prince Adelfred. That's true, I can. You're not wrong about that. And doing so at this moment, probably not a real good plan. Stupid enhanced naval speed. What was I thinking? So... we can't get sappers until we've got all of this stuff, right? So yeah, we're just gonna sit here and let the bar refill for a moment. Can we see how this is going because we're allied? Yeah, we have some vision. Prince Robert's cowardly men have fallen back to the sea. Sure are a lot of defenders. See, this is part of the problem. The attackers are not playing well together at all. My brother, Prince Bathine, has had an extramarital affair with his cousin, Countess Beatrix. How could he defile the sanctity of his marriage? Yeah, that's the thing that's a problem here. Well, God's gonna judge these sinners, I guess. So... Count Gervais is the spouse of this one, I'm assuming? Yeah, that makes sense. The Duchess of Meath, who is my brother's wife. Yep, she's got some feelings about all this. And it was Countess Beatrix who exposed the secret. I wonder why. I wonder what her game is there. Okay, well, it looks like we're kind of getting ourselves together a little bit more. But there's a great deal of disorganization here. I'm sitting around the map table with Mayor Carlos and Earl Olav discussing our strategy for the ongoing war. And Carlos eagerly points out all the prime targets we should immediately send raiding parties to pillage, while Olav sits back and patiently advocates for us to secure critical locations and wait for the enemy to come to us instead. So we can work on our pillaging. Does seem like maybe some pillaging is probably mathematically a thing we ought to do. Or improved defense. Or we just take both and gain... So it's the same duration on the buffs. The only difference is with one of these two top options, one of them gains 20 opinion of us and the other loses 10. This doesn't seem important at all, frankly. Okay, a notable guest has arrived. So why do you have a claim? Sorry, that's just going to take me to the title. Well, I don't have the money to entice someone to the court anyway, so... Alright, you bailed out of the war. Who even are you? Just some Italian duchess. Oh no, sorry, that's your cultural head is some Italian duchess. You are even less than that. You have a couple of unpressed claims. Okay. Some person who I'm not even clear how they were participating has abandoned. Just kind of keeping an eye on what's going on over here. Alright, we can probably stop swaying him. What do you think? I feel like we had to do something about this French situation. If we... Yeah, that's one of our many, many problems. Sorry, what I want to do is go here. Oh, she's not imprisoned anymore. She is in Nevers. She's still the Countess, although she's obviously, being a princess, takes some precedent. Okay, she got herself out of jail somehow. I should have known she could do it. So, she should be married, right? Right now she's not producing any heirs, and that could be a real problem for us. So, let's talk about what else. Oh, sorry. Yes, this is the first part of this. Wow, nobody wants to marry her. Who even are you guys? So, a deceitful, zealous, shy person, a compassionate, content, cynical person. There's really only 2 options on this whole... Huh. I wonder why that is. Well, Sigismund has better traits and better stats overall, but also he's, like, extremely nobody. Yeah, it's not clear to me why. Because in normal situations, it does still show us people who are not willing to do the marriage. Oh, it's because I'm arranging... Sorry. I right-clicked on her to arrange her marriage, but what I've actually done is sent an arranged marriage proposal to her, which is not exactly what I want, because she has a small court full of people who are not important. What about if we... It's like, can I do this? Yeah, okay. So we could attempt to get claims inside Scotland this way, having our daughter marry somebody who has potential. Prince Gilroy of Scotland. Would that be accepted? No, extremely not. There are hardly any words for how much that will not be accepted. Matrilineal, minus 1,000. Even if it was not matrilineal, still would not be accepted. Really not into it. Okay, show me by alliance power. Only alliance available. Okay. How about over here? Just kind of curious if there's any possibility at all. My guess is that this is not going to be all this easy. These guys are nobodies, I'm assuming? Yep. Wow, that guy's got 23 prowess, though. That's very impressive. So... what else might we look for here? We've got a tiny, tiny little claim in France. Damn it, I keep Keep meaning to do this. I'm assuming they are related, so that's bad, obviously. And yeah, he's not into it even before I check the box that obviously we would have to check, so probably for the best. That doesn't happen that way anyway. So we are going to have her marry just kind of a nobody. What if we arrange her a marriage inside of our court? So, this is my grandson. Probably not really a reasonable option. Yeah, I mean, the thing we would like to do, of course, is still marry her to, what's his name, who is now imprisoned. So if we can't do that, like, how are we going to find... Maybe if we could find a smaller country that's less, like a small, less powerful country, and try to get a matrilineal thing where basically they're, like, consenting to eventually become part of Ireland. Okay. Nobody here that she would even marry. Try to prevent you from being claimed by your greater neighbors. Nothing, huh? Okay, no, this guy has a bunch of claims. I mean, let's see. Okay, he's probably not really into it. Yeah, you really got to, Oh, also, we're related. Well, I guess that's going to happen anywhere in France, probably. Yeah, we're just going to have to marry her to some nobody because of the importance of it being matrilineal. But we do kind of need kids. Like, kids have got to happen. So what if we just married her to somebody in our realm here? We don't really have a lot of interesting spouses for her. I feel like we had a view before for marriage where it wasn't, we weren't asking within a court, we were just like looking at a big list of potential marriage options from like everywhere. But I don't know how to do that again. I don't know how to see that. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go poke my head out onto the internet and ask them real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went and looked online and very clumsy Googling, just trying to get it done very quickly. I couldn't actually figure out a way to see the find spouse dialogue for our daughter. I think that's the problem is I need the find spouse menu, not the arranged marriage menu. But I did just spend some time clicking around in the lands around our land, and I found what I think is a pretty compelling option here. So this fellow, this Lancaster, will accept a matrilineal marriage. Duke Idwal will accept a matrilineal marriage to his son, I think, who is second in line for the Duchy of Reged, perhaps, and actually first in line for this other duchy, which does not have the vowels in the place. That's not where those should go. Listen, I'm not trying to say that I'm an expert, an English linguist, but I've seen a lot of English words, and that's not how those letters should be distributed. That's all I'm saying. So, he's a little on the young side. It's just a betrothal for the moment, and it won't get the kids coming like immediately. But I think there's a lot of value here in the long term. It gets us a foothold into England to start messing with England stuff. And I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna try this, and then we're gonna unpause and just wait for our levies to continue recovering. Now I do wonder. Do I still need to send troops? Because I did send troops. A lot of my troops, like, things went very poorly. So I'm sort of wondering if now would maybe be a moment where we could declare war over here and just send our troops there and resolve the situation that we are having. I don't know. I don't know if that's how that works. Also, we were going to start trying to sway someone else. So who should that be? Whose opinion do I care about? Honestly, I don't know. We can start working on King Malcolm, I guess, since it looks like maybe he's going to be in charge for a while. You know I don't hate it. Yeah, sure. Sway, let's be friends. Okay. Let's play on a little bit more here. So hopefully that request for betrothal will go over all right. And then it's just a matter of once our levies are in a place that makes sense, figuring out. Did I not click the button? Did we receive a response? So it kind of seems like we maybe did not receive a response. Where is... Hold on a second. Oh, I'm way too far north for one thing. There we go. Did I not press the button? It's possible I didn't press the button. Well, that kid's no longer in the... Do I have like a, maybe a log of things that I'm waiting on responses from? Oh, this is the new Duke of Ulster. Buddy, you are one of so very many vassals who all desperately want a spot on the council, and unfortunately your statistics just do not really add up on that for me. Maybe the problem is that the kid disappeared from the possibilities of marriage before my request got processed or something? So, like, okay, who is this? He's still potential alliance material. He does still have claims, although is he even in the line of succession? Hold on, where is he in the line of succession? Give me the duchy view. He's third there. Oh, that's not gonna work. And he's also third there. And the kid, okay. Yeah, he got betrothed to someone else after I had sent my betrothal request, so I have feelings about that. But we can still marry in here, and then we can maybe just, engineer a situation. Unfortunately, this one's 7. That's going to be a problem. Yeah, actually, that might be enough of a problem that it kind of breaks the whole thing. Because, I need children, right? By the time this guy's up to fathering children, yeah, we gotta get on that a little bit faster. So... Unfortunately, maybe this means I need to click around a little bit more and try to discover another, What about you, down here in Kent? You don't have anybody available who's actually relevant? Who are you? Prince Richard is definitely... Nobody under Prince Richard's care is going to agree to a matrilineal marriage, right? This is a duchy that doesn't actually exist. Mercia, we've gotten along with the Mercians before. Okay, well, unfortunately, the only person here who has any claims on anything is 66 years old. Not 100% what I'm looking for, if I'm being honest. What about you? The 12-year-old Duke? What's your deal? I mean... That's not going to work, right? The Duke himself is not going to accept a matrilineal marriage. Yeah. Well, maybe we could do someone minor inside Scotland. Now, you got no claims. Trying to marry to somebody who has lower level titles than a king seems like the sensible way to do this. This, unfortunately, is the prince. But listen, is there anyone in your court who's interesting? Malcolm Dunkeld has some interesting claims. Yeah. It's a fine line we gotta walk, right? Because we gotta find somebody who has reasonable claims and hopefully is early-ish in his lines of succession. But yeah, this guy's right behind the prince. There's no way a matrilineal marriage is gonna work there, right? Shoot. Well... Who are you? Okay. I don't know who this guy is. Do you have anybody in your court who has... you have a guy... Okay, you have a guy who at least has some interesting congenital traits. 51 years old, though. What about you? Can we marry into the line in Norway, maybe? What is that? Giant. Okay, interesting. This one's scaly. That seems... okay, that seems not ideal. It's way less cool than you would think being scaly would be. Okay, well, I'm starting to think that maybe what has to happen here is I need to spend a little bit more time going through. Because, like, if we could get into an alliance with some duchy in France or something, we could get a foothold there and maybe make something of that as well. Normandy is under control of England right now, right? Who's in your court? Is anybody fun in your court? Okay, are all these are all just claims on the Duchy of Normandy. Let's, okay, so this one definitely won't work, because he's first in the line of succession. But what about... is there somebody in the line of succession who's less of a problem? Okay, well, you're already married, obviously. Yeah, that's really unfortunate that all the people in that line of succession are like 2 years old. Because I think the way this is probably going to work is... we could get a matrilineal marriage going with someone as long as they're, like, not the immediate heir. If we could get second in line with a decent duchy, and then just, you know, once we've got that sorted out, just have something happen to the first in line. That's why I was so pleased. Like, this was perfect, because he was in a couple of good places, and yeah, that really sucks. Okay, well... like I said, I think we're going to end up having to click around here a little bit and just find a marriage that's going to offer something. Because, like, we're in a tricky position here with only daughters. We need a matrilineal marriage, and we don't have a lot of people to marry off right now, so, like, there's kind of a lot hanging on the alliance, or at least the claim potential of this marriage being pretty good. So I think that is what's going to happen. I'm just going to end the episode here, and I'm going to spend some time digging around in our surroundings and trying to find a reasonable spouse for our daughter who can produce a child who will give us somewhere for our control to go, because it's kind of looking like we're reaching a little bit of a dead end here, and we're not even close to controlling all of Britannia. So this is where we're going to call it for now, and when you come back next time, hopefully very soon, I'm going to have some kind of plan. And we'll see you then.